1.2 trillion. That's how much of your taxpayer money has gone missing from the U.S. government's budget. A new watchdog report reveals that federal agencies cannot account for over $1 trillion in spending. Money that was meant for government contracts, military funding, and pandemic relief. Where did it go, and why isn't the Biden administration providing answers? Let's break it down. The federal government's budget has exploded in recent years, with massive spending on pandemic relief programs, military and defense contracts, infrastructure, and green energy initiatives. But now, reports show that over $1.2 trillion is unaccounted for, and federal agencies can't explain where the money went. Lawmakers are asking why billions of dollars in taxpayer funds are sitting in government accounts with no documentation. Hundreds of millions were allocated for infrastructure projects that never broke ground. Over $500 billion in pandemic relief funds remain unaccounted for, with reports of fraud and abuse. Military spending audits reveal that the Pentagon still can't track how funds are used, even as its budget continues to grow. Where is this money going? This isn't the first time the U.S. government has lost track of taxpayer money. The Pentagon alone accounts for a massive portion of the missing funds. The Department of Defense has failed every audit since 2018, with billions of dollars unaccounted for every year. Weapons shipments, military contracts, and overseas funding remain poorly tracked or completely undocumented. Even after multiple financial investigations, the Pentagon has never faced consequences for its spending failures. How can the government keep increasing defense budgets when they can't even explain where last year's money went? The pandemic was used as an excuse for unprecedented government spending, but much of that money has disappeared into fraud, waste, and mismanagement. Over $500 billion in COVID relief funds are unaccounted for, and the government has no clear tracking system. Criminal investigations have uncovered widespread fraud in pandemic business loans, where fake companies stole millions with no oversight. State and local governments received billions in emergency relief, but much of it was never used for its intended purpose. Instead of funding healthcare and small businesses, much of the money was spent on luxury goods, vacations, and political kickbacks. Now, lawmakers are demanding answers. Some members of Congress are pushing for a full-scale audit of all federal spending over the past 5 years. There are calls for criminal investigations into how taxpayer money was misused. But so far, the Biden administration has not provided full transparency on where the missing funds have gone. The question is, will anyone be held accountable? Or will this just get swept under the rug like so many other spending scandals? The U.S. government can't explain where $1.2 trillion of taxpayer money went. So what do you think? Should the government be forced to conduct a full audit? Or is this just how the system works? Like this video, follow our page, and stay tuned. We're just getting started. If you have insider information on government waste or financial fraud, visit sunlight.org to help expose the truth.